Yes, this is the 260, and we're just rocking it out here at Maple Creek Middle School, just watching the youth football get laid down today, Dave. Isn't it beautiful watching the community?
You feel really good being here, man.
You do. It's just the excitement, and the kids are rocking around, and not to mention we got food trucks out here. So this just isn't youth tackle football. This is cheerleading. We got food trucks. This is just really an awesome community-driven event, Dave.
I want to give this lady over here homemade to you. She's a caterer, and she had some nice barbecue and macaroni salad.
I'm telling you, give it again, Dave. That was good food. I had some of that.
Homemade to you by, how do you spell it?
Danelle Yonch.
There we go. There we go. So shouts out and think about that barbecue. We all love barbecue, don't we, Sonar? I think that's my middle name sometimes. But I tell you what, now, Dave, we are excited to be joined by Paula Steely.
What a name for this community.
I tell you what, you say Steely, and
when you say Steely, I think hit stick.
Yeah, and Paula is on the board too. Paula is the secretary and works hard to get the sponsorship. So we wanted to have Paula on, Dave. And my first question, Paula, is we talked a little bit off camera. Talk about some of the relationships that your family has made, because you guys weren't from this area. So talk about kind of how you were able to make the relationships with the Charger Youth Football.
Yes, absolutely. I think that's a great question, because when we first moved to Fort Wayne, football was the first thing that my kids wanted to do. And so in 2011, my oldest was in the 5th grade, and we joined HAP at the time, Huntertown, Arcola, Perry Hill, which we have now changed to Charger Youth. But we had the great opportunity to be on the Greyhounds, and once a boy or a child, the Greyhounds, once a child is chosen for a team, the family is a legacy. So
a legacy. So now, how many boys for you?
3.
3. So once your boys started on the Greyhounds, that's a legacy. All the Steely boys were Greyhounds then,
Yes, that's right.
That's cool, Sonar. I like that.
So that's how we coined Greyhounds for Life, because
yeah.
once you make friends and you know that all of the brothers in the family are going to be on the same team, and you make relationships, you're going to want to feel and be a Greyhound for life. So we made connections as families, and the boys made connections.
Do you still get together from your oldest boys?
Oh yes, actually, the people that I met, the women, the moms from Greyhounds, 3 of them are my very best friends.
Talk about them for a second.
I would say you might know some of them. Jeffrey Becker's mom.
Yeah, Jeffrey Becker from
he's at South Dakota State.
South Dakota State.
Sonar, one of the 260's best quarterbacks ever.
Yes. And then Jorge Valdez's mom, Cecilia Valdez.
Baller, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Jorge was a baller.
Yes.
Played in the team last year, played safety, Dave. Had the interception, probably the biggest interception in the playoffs, where Jorge got
he was a ball hawk.
Well, Lafayette Jeff was driving in that regional game, and Jorge made just a full laid-out, tremendous interception to save the game. Puts them in the semi-state. They win the semi-state, get to the state. Now, Jorge's down at Indiana State. Is that correct, Paula?
That is.
Yes.
He's already working hard, trying to earn a spot on that team.
That's awesome. Hey, Jorge's a baller. He is. Jorge Valdez is a winner. So, and then some other families that you got close with?
Yes, and so Henry Scruggs, his mom, Natalie Scruggs.
Yeah.
And so the 4 of us really do football together since 2011.
That's
and we
awesome.
root for all of these kids and watch them grow and get better every day.
Now, what brought you? Obviously, you were out here with your boys participating in this. What then was the mechanism that got you kind of motivated to join the board and to help out?
Well, being a football mom and knowing that the board needed help, it was such a great avenue to stay in with what my kids were doing and what we were doing as a football community.
Sure.
And so to give back to my community.
Are you one of the oldest members?
Yes, I'm one of the longest term members of the board.
That's what I was going to say. You have to be at 2011.
Wow.
Yes.
So you kind of saw this thing build up, because we're out here today. It's the 7th annual Jamboree. But, man, so you kind of watched this build up from the ground level, huh?
Absolutely.
Wow, that's impressive. And really, and Dave, I think Paula is kind of the tie from the football aspect of it. We just talked the cheerleading with Amanda, but I think Paula is kind of the tie, Dave, where Paula saw the beginnings. Greyhounds for life, baby. Now Paula has seen her boys go off and play college football, major college football, and then Braden the excitement with Braden. I think Braden, may be one of the top 3 or 4 players in the area, and with the acceptance of the offer from Western Michigan. So you can kind of speak a little bit, Paula, how the youth football goes all the way up to the higher levels.
That's what I was going to talk about. These kids right now out here are going to be watching your son next week.
Right.
And they get to see, okay, this is what I got to do to get on that team.
Yeah, he's a role model.
Yeah.
So what he learned most from Charger Youth in that is his coach, Ben Nyman, would tell those boys, if you do your job, we will win.
That's great.
Focus on your job, make your job the best you can, and your team will win.
That's beautiful.
If 11 people on that field are doing their job, we'll win.
That's why I like football so much, Paula, because to me it's the toughest but most rewarding sport.
Yes.
Because you have got to work together. You've got to have everybody do their job. You're in a huddle together, and it's such a microcosm of life working with people.
Get a shot of those boys right now.
Look at that. That's great. Look at
that. Look at this. It's in the blood, man.
It's in the blood. But you're right, Paula. I mean,
Carroll blood.
So Ben really kind of instilled that with your boys and all the boys in the Greyhounds, huh?
Yes. Until every day, get better.
Yeah,
Never settle. Always keep learning the game of football, and
that goes into life too.
Yes.
Oh, it does. It does.
Each day, get better.
Football is great training for the game of life. As you know, the Carroll Chargers had an incredibly difficult year last year.
Oh yeah.
And so the tools
Terrible
that
loss.
the tools that those boys learned through
Were
the
to
game
come
of
together.
football, and how to come together, and how to stand up after a great hit, and
totally
play the
So
next
well
play
said.
when the whistle blows.
Well
That's
said,
really
Paula.
hard
I mean,
for the
that
game.
is well said, because I mean, it was a terrible, terrible loss.
And if you're still here, you don't have a choice.
Yep.
You've got to get up. How do you do that? And football teaches you those tools.
And not only did they get up, they got up with pride.
Yes.
And they rallied. And think
Together.
about it.
As one.
To win
Together.
13 games.
As one.
I mean, what a beautiful way to honor Owen.
Number
So,
13.
yep, that's beautiful. So now, okay, do the board work down here. That's fantastic. Wow, how exciting is it to sit in stands on Friday nights or on Saturdays? I mean, how much fun is that?
It's thrilling, and you just have to sit there and watch, and you never know exactly what's going to happen.
Yeah.
You never know which team members are going to work together to make an amazing play, and it is. Some days it's a nail biter, and it's
I know
so
it is.
fantastic. I love it.
My favorite play last year with your boy Braden.
How'd they do
with your
last night?
son.
Last night they did
His
good.
Twanger did good.
Uh-huh,
Yeah.
They did well.
Yeah, my favorite play last year was when they were playing Northside, and that was a great matchup. Northside had a great team.
Yes.
And when Braden put the hit on Tay, and that just turned the game.
That set the tone right there.
And that actually on the New North documentary, they had that on there. They had that. It was great. But I just love how physical and tough he plays.
Tay didn't like that well.
No, I don't think he did, because you know what though, sometimes when Tay is such a marvelous player,
Absolutely.
but sometimes when you become this 4-star or 5-star, you
then
forget
you get
sometimes
lit up.
somebody can put their pads on you.
Square up and light you up.
Right.
For your son Braden, why Western Michigan? Talk a little bit about that. I always tell Dave,
Beautiful place.
I feel like he could be a Power 5, no doubt Power 5
Yes.
player. I was kind of begging Michigan State, Dave. I could see him playing for Michigan State and Purdue in some of these schools, but he seems to really have made that relationship with Western Michigan. I always tell Dave,
Go where you wanted.
exactly, go where you're wanted. So just speak a little bit
I
about
say that all the time, kids. Go where you're wanted.
Speak a little bit about his experience and your family's experience as you kind of sort through these schools and seem to really have been dialed in with Western Michigan.
Sure. So we had made a list, as most families do,
Yep.
on what schools might be very interesting to him.
Sure.
The radius, how far away he wants to go from home. And so then he went to a camp at Western Michigan. And of course, he ran, his 40 time is pretty good. And so,
Yeah, how fast would you know what his 40 was?
Yeah, 4.39.
Holy, he's moving.
So,
You hear that, Sonar? 4.39.
Yeah.
Now that now a
Joe,
strong
take
safety.
4.39, and he likes to hit.
And see
Right.
that now that
That's
would
what
have been
excels the hit.
that would have been a top 5 combine time for a strong safety coming out of college into the NFL. So
you've always said he's going to be playing on Sundays, Joe.
Yeah. And if you hear that, Braden, don't get the big head, okay?
Don't get a big head.
Don't get a big head. But you know what? Got the 40 time, the strength, the discipline, understands the game. It started out here with the Greyhounds. It's just so exciting. So Western Michigan, people don't realize that is a great academic school too.
Incredible. And so he went there and met the coaches and toured the facilities, understands what it would take to play for them, what their schemes are, and is just super interested. And he is very happy with his choice.
Yes.
Settled, and just feels great about it.
Has it off his shoulders. Go into the season.
Enjoy your senior year.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you know what? Go where you're wanted. He will dominate and be a dominant player in the MAC conference. And people don't realize what great college football the MAC is, Dave. And so I think it's a great choice. I'm excited for him, and I'm just excited to see his game come about.
The NFL will come find you.
Oh, they will. And again, don't get the big head, but I think they will.
Didn't they take
him.
a kid from University of Indy this year in the NFL?
Oh yeah. If you can play, they'll find you. But Braden has the measurables. Braden knows the game, and so that's exciting. And speaking of excitement, just to kind of wrap up with you, Paula, talk about what it means when the sponsorships roll in. I mean, you're the secretary. You see the sponsorships. How much does that mean to, you guys work so hard on the board. It's not a paid position.
This is awesome, man. These kids.
I know all the enthusiasm and energy, but talk about what it means when the great sponsors step up behind you guys.
It means a lot because we get our sponsorships from the community, and it's not difficult to get our sponsorships.
No.
Year after year, we have some of the same sponsors because they're so proud of the work we're doing here. They're so proud of the community. They're proud to support the youth chargers so that they become chargers at the highest level. And so it's easy. They sometimes contact me. They want to make sure that they are on the list for next year. And when I call new ones, as somebody may have come off or we're getting extra, they're like, yes, we want to support that. We love supporting our communities. Some people donate anonymously, and some people donate stuff to us, and then others just donate monies, and then they have their names on the jerseys. So they're the Greyhounds, but they'll be sponsored by a company here in Fort Wayne. So it's really spectacular.
Paula,
it is awesome.
With next year looming for you, will you be able to stay on or not?
Well, I probably could, but I won't be here every Saturday.
You just won't be.
Right. You're going to be.
You can do your job. You're
going to be in Kalamazoo and different places, maybe down in Bloomington. Paula's got to sit down and really map out her schedule on Saturdays, don't you?
Being a board member is a year-long job.
Sure.
We only meet once a month, but there are things that we need to do. Making sure I get these sponsors. It's not just today or football season. It takes during the off season. So I can do all of that, but I don't think I anticipate missing a game if I don't have to.
No, you can't miss any of that.
Right.
And I tell you what.
You got 4 to 5 years. You want to enjoy every one of those
Yes.
Saturdays.
Oh, those are dear times,
Absolutely.
man. So many great memories. And again, a name spoken with pride in the 260, Dave. Steely. And today it was Paula Steely on the 260 with this great 7th annual Carroll Football Youth Jamboree Sonar. So yes, the great Paula Steely raising the sponsorships, working hard, and can't wait to see those Steely boys play college ball. So I tell you what, Sonar, we're rolling through it, man. It's great, man. This is the 260. We are the 260, and this is the Carroll Youth Football Jamboree. Yes, this is the 260. And yes, this is Carroll Youth Football, baby, the 7th annual Jamboree. And Dave, I tell you what, it's been so exciting to be out here, watch the community.
Smile on my face, Joe.
I tell you,
smile.
I really enjoyed the discussion with Paula Steely because
all of them.
Paula's been a part of it from the beginning.
Now we're taking on Cade McGinnis and Ryland Cameron.
That's
one
right.
One from Carroll Middle and the other from Maple Creek.
Let's go. We got a couple of ballers with us. Woo-hoo-hoo. Let's go, man.
Ex-Carroll Youth right here.
Ex-Carroll Youth. Now, guys.
Future Carroll Chargers.
Kate, I'll start with you.
Yep.
Tell me who you played for out here, and then tell me what that meant to you to play in this youth program.
I played for the Blue Colts, obviously, because I'm wearing the jersey. But when I was first initially in football, it was really difficult for me. There's a lot of times where I got confused, but I think it was the first time I really hit somebody that the excitement came to me about football. And
we were watching your technique, and we made Sonar take some pictures of you.
Yeah, you were kind of out of pads over here, Cade, getting after it. Who was your youth coach, Cade? Who was a couple of youth coaches that really installed the love of the game for you with this Carroll Youth program?
I would have to say my brother, Craig McGinnis, and then Coach Raypole. They were amazing coaches. Craig was really hard on me. He knew that what I was able to do. He saw my abilities.
Now Craig played linebacker for Carroll, didn't he?
Oh yeah.
Oh man, he was a baller. See, Dave, Craig played with Jeffrey Becker. I did the game, your brother, when they played Saturday night against Bishop Dwenger.
Yep.
I think your brother made about 10 tackles that night. Your brother, at the linebacker position, had the ability to run sideline to sideline. Tremendous high school football player. So if you're learning from your brother, that's good, man. If you're a McInnes, you're going to be able to play some ball.
Joe, look right now over here. They're getting ready to do a tackling drill.
Yeah.
We got pads.
Mm-hmm.
Woo-hoo-hoo, I love it, man. And oh my gosh, there's no flags there, Dave.
No, there we go.
Woo, that's what I'm talking. I see you. That's what I'm talking about. That's how you come up. That's how you lay it down, baby. Get those pads up. It's football season. We got Cade McGinnis with us.
And Ryland.
Woo, now Ryland. Who was your team, baby?
I played for Orange Crush.
Orange Crush, man. Of course. Yeah. Look at the orange. Absolutely, man. Now, okay. You played for Orange Crush. Who was the youth coach that made that difference for you?
My uncle, Coach Nick.
Yeah, let's go. I see you. I see you, Brian.
I think we know him.
Brian, you didn't tell me you were Orange Crush, baby. I tell you what, man. Yeah, I tell you what a great uncle to have, man.
Yeah.
What's that relationship meant to you, and just how much do you enjoy the football?
Oh, I love football, and it's my world. I love it.
What do you play right now, Ryland? What position?
I'm playing wide receiver and safety right now.
So you got some speed.
Wow. So you know what? You can go on Friday nights, man, and watch a little bit of Steely playing that strong safety,
Yeah.
huh? And Carroll turns out so many great wide receivers with Jimmy just slinging that ball all over. I still can't believe they call Jimmy Bubba. You know, I'm still trying to accept the fact that's his nickname. But how fun is that on Friday nights? Now, you guys go to all the games on Friday nights and really follow the high school team?
Yes.
Oh yeah, totally.
Oh yeah, totally. Yeah.
Tell us what that's like when you guys get to go in that field.
You want to start? Because I got a lot to say.
Cade, you know what? You might have a future in podcasting. Sonar, there we go, man. This guy right here, Sonar, shoots all the great podcasts. Sonar also shoots podcasts for former NFL players,
NFL alumni.
But
need to check that out.
Go ahead, tell us about being on that field.
It's amazing. As soon as I run on that field, I'm excited. I really want to hit somebody. I always want to grab the ball, score a touchdown, and everything. Yeah.
That's awesome, man. That's
so how's your
exciting.
hands, Ryland?
That's
My
your
hands
dog.
are really good.
That's right. Now you know what? Are you a sheepdog? See, you're a dog. That's my dog. But Brian, we call him out in the county. We call him sheepdogs. So your uncle saying you're a dog, man.
Yep.
You love to play, huh?
Yeah.
Ryland, how are your hands?
Really good.
So they're not hands of stone then, right?
No, they're not.
Now
I have really good hands.
Now, before I get to Cade, now do you lay back all this youth football? Now you're excited to play middle school football. Do you lay back on your bed at night and dream wearing those beautiful colors for the Carroll High School?
Yeah, I can't wait for that, for Carroll High School. I can't wait. I always dream of that. I just want to be a wide receiver and hopefully do good.
That's fantastic.
What grade you going into?
I'm going into 7th grade.
Let's go, man. 7th grade. And
2 years away from being over on that
which middle school? Are you here or over at Carroll?
I go to Maple Creek.
Maple Creek, baby. He's laying it down here. So remember, tell him your name again.
7th grade.
Okay, you're going to 7th grade. So
Yeah.
talk a little bit about the transition from just the great experience of the Carroll youth football to now 7th grade ball for you.
So after my last year on blue was heartbreaking. Obviously, leaving a team that I've been with my entire life.
Oh yeah,
4 years.
And I really thought I wasn't going to be as good as I was in Charger Youth because, like, it's such a big difference going into middle school. I think middle school conditioning, hitting, drills is a lot harder than it was at Charger Youth.
sure.
It's going to get harder in high school.
Oh, for sure. But, yeah.
It's all about progression, Kate.
I've always been on the line. My brother, he's taught me most of the stuff that I know on the line. Coach Nix is teaching me this year.
Yes, great coach. Yeah, I mean, you couldn't learn from a better coach than Brian Nixon. You know what? Remember, the linemen always lead the way. I don't care who you are or what position you play. I was an old high school quarterback, and if you don't have a line, the line is everything. And nowadays, what's nice about it is with the social media and the game, the progression of the game, you see a lot more guys get that attention. Like in this area, you got the great Jordan King that plays right guard for Northside. I mean, what a great kid.
Yeah.
How about? Yep. And I played with Jason Fabini. I'm dating my age, but how about Cade Nabbs coming along? Playing for Carroll, that's a great kid that you can watch. Another kid you want to keep an eye on is Dane Siebert that plays for Eastside. Rick, he's the strongest high school kid that we have ever had come out of the 260. Dane Siebert is already as strong as Joe Tippmann, and then of course the great Joe Tippmann's playing for the Jets on Hard Knocks. So you know what? Playing the line's great, man. And on defense, you get to hit people, right?
Oh my God!
How fun is that?
So when I was in Charger Youth, the most amount of sacks that I got in a game was 7 against the Greyhounds.
Woo! 7 sacks.
Yep.
They better double. You should have said, "You better double me." You better double me.
I think going into middle school it'll be a lot harder because of the size comparison between other people.
And you know what, Cade? You know what? Dave said it right. Each level of football is like a pyramid. Each level is going to be a little bit tougher, but you know what? It needs to be tougher because you know what? If it's easy, you're going to lose interest. And the move to 7th grade, kids are kind of growing. Some kids are going to have their growth spurts early. Some kids are going to have them slow. But what you do is, and Coach Nix will tell you this, and Rick Hobbs, every day you go out there, you strap it on, and you do everything you can. And you guys, the biggest thing I can tell you is, football is like life. You may have a great practice, a great game, or you may have a bad practice or a bad game. You always get back up and play hard and next play, man. I'm telling you, it's coming from a guy who when I played football, I had moments I knocked guys to the ground, and I had some moments I got my ass knocked to the ground, you know what I mean? But that's the greatness of the game.
Yeah.
You know, it's like we've talked before, Joe. You got to throw the domino out. Get up for the next play.
That's exactly right. Yeah, you know what? I had a coach one time. He says, "Walburn, why do we huddle? Why do we huddle up?" I said, "Well, you're going to give me the play. I'm going to call the next play." He says, "You idiot. Of course not. You huddle up because every play is a new play. Every day is a new day of life." And probably playing this youth league, you probably had plays where you dominated, but you probably had some plays that you wish you had back. But that's the greatness of the game. And you guys, I appreciate you guys coming on the podcast, you know. Yeah. I mean, and again, give them your names again because I watch a lot of middle school football.
We want to hear these names in a couple of years.
Go ahead, Cade. Tell them your name.
Cade James McGinnis.
What position do you play?
Defensive line and offensive line.
Awesome.
There you go.
Go ahead.
My name's Riley Cameron, and I play wide receiver and safety.
Let's go, man. Yeah. Awesome, you guys.
3 to 4 years. Let's hear those names on Friday Night Lights.
Awesome. Friday Night Lights, and we're just rolling along, Sonar. We're going to have some more on, aren't we, Sonar? So we're exciting. And you know what? You guys basically have graduated from Carroll Youth Football. Good luck with the 7th grade football, and remember those names, you guys. And again, we are the 260, and this is Carroll Youth Football, and we will be right back.
Nice job, kids.
Yes, this is the 260, and Dave and I, we're just rocking our Saturday out here at Maple Creek Middle School, just loving it. Dave, thank you, and Sonar putting this together with the connections of Brian Nix. Brian kind of called us out on Twitter, and I thought he called us out. Brian laid it down. I looked at Dave, and Dave said, we got to do something. And shouts out to Sonar for making this happen.
And by
Denise.
the way, now that he did call us out, I'm very glad, very happy we're here.
Yeah, thank you, Brian, for the call out. And we've just kind of, had a lot of great board members on, football players, and now we have the Hobbs sisters, cheerleaders. We have Lindley and Laura Lee, which is just beautiful names. Lindley's varsity, and say hello to everybody. I love those beautiful cheerleading outfits. And talk a little bit, Lindley, about being involved in this program. And your dad, Rick, is the commissioner, and your mom, Amanda's a board member. So talk a little bit about how much you enjoyed cheerleading out here.
I like to cheer because it makes me feel like I'm a part of something.
That's good.
And I love all my teammates. They're fun. And I like to stunt. It's very fun.
Absolutely. And now you're working hard with Amanda, right? So talk a little bit about, Amanda Myers and how much she's helped you with your cheerleading and that relationship that you guys have.
There she is right there. Talk to her.
Coach Amanda helps me with a lot of my stunts. She always helps to kind of fix them when we do it wrong.
That's
good.
Fantastic. And
So
Lorelai.
Really good coach then, right?
Lorelai, tell us now, a little bit of varsity for you, but also JV, kind of working hard with your sister. Amanda's coaching you too. What's it mean to you to kind of come out here and do some of the cheerleading?
Well, I really like it, and I think it's fun because I get to go in both teams.
Yeah, you get to do both teams, don't you? That's great. Now, is it fun to do it with your sister?
Yes.
Yes. Now, when you guys aren't practicing with Miss Amanda, are you guys kind of working at home on stuff a little bit? Sometimes, yeah.
Lindley, I was watching earlier. You guys go through the full progression of doing your stretching before doing anything. Talk about that. So talk about how it helps you not to get hurt.
We go through stretching because if we do a stunt without stretching, we could hurt ourselves while we're in the middle of a stunt and then drop our flyer, which could lead to something even worse.
I tell you, it always scares me when you see it on ESPN, all these big cheerleading events down in Florida. Those girls are going way up there.
Yeah, and is it kind of fun to have the guys run out when you guys kind of get together and they run through your palms and all of that? Is that kind of fun?
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys like that the best, Lorelai? Yeah, that's kind of fun because that kind of gets the guys all excited and everything, doesn't it? Yeah. So much fun. Now, what grade are you guys in?
I'm going into second.
Yes, you're going into second.
Second grader.
And how about you, Lindley?
I'm going into 5th grade.
5th grade. Wow. What school do you guys go to?
Hickory Center.
Hickory Center. Let's go, man. A lot of pride.
So, Lindley, you got 1 year. You got this year and another year left here.
Yes.
Okay, so you're only 2 years away from middle school, and then you're going to have a chance to be. Where were you go to middle school?
Carroll.
Carroll Middle School. So, was that where Amanda was, Joe?
I think Amanda was going to be over at Carroll. Yeah, so I think you'll be with Amanda again. So absolutely. So you're going to have that relationship out here and have that. And last question for both of you, and I'll start with you, Lindley. What do you like the most about coming out on Saturdays, doing what you guys are doing?
I think I like to stunt and seeing all my friends there.
That's a beautiful answer. Awesome. And little beautiful Lorelai, what's your favorite thing to come out here on Saturdays with your mom and dad and your sister and be a part of this?
Mine would probably be the stunts too because I can be the flyer and I can also be in front doing the cheers.
That's what I'm talking about. You can be the flyer. Woo-hoo-hoo. Yes.
Now,
I love it, man. That's 260, isn't it?
Do you do any extra cheerleading work outside of school? Like at the cheerleading schools over there in town?
I don't think so.
Okay.
That's great. I tell you what. So exciting first day, right? The Jamboree kicks off. Then you guys are going to be doing this every Saturday, aren't you? How excited are you?
Very.
Very. Yeah. Well, I tell you what, beautiful girls.
Thanks for coming on, girls.
The Hobbs sisters. Rick and Amanda, man, proud dad, man. You know what?
Look at the smile on his face, Joe.
Look at that. I mean, just such
That's a proud dad
well-spoken,
right
good
there.
kids. Yeah, and those are kids that are going to be winners. So, again, couple of more names. The Hobbs sisters, names spoken with pride in the 260.
Hopefully these two girls are like what Amanda said, getting full ride scholarships.
That's right. That's where it starts. So we're excited. Not just football out here today, but the cheerleading program. So much good today out here in the 260, and so much good with the Carroll Youth Program. We'll be right back on the 260.
Great job, girls.
Great job.
Great job.